this is Lisa from Lisa's Crafty Creations, and what I'm going to do today is just show you some of the stuff that I've been working on. It's a new craft, polymer clay. It's something I've never worked with before. I mean, I played with what do they call it? Oh, my brain's gone dead now. Plasticine. I used to play with plasticine, but that was years ago. But I've never used actual polymer clay before. So what I did was I just did it off screen so that I could get a feel of it, find out what it did, what it didn't do, how it worked, and the baking side of it. Unfortunately, I did burn them because I started reading a book and I nearly fell asleep actually, and forgot about them. So I just shot up after 30 minutes. I thought, oh, they're going to be all right because the time said between 15 and 30 minutes. But unfortunately they weren't, and they don't look too bad. There's only the odd one. Second batch was the one that burnt properly. The first batch was just a little bit overcooked. But anyway, I also have painted some of the resin pieces that I did the other day that I unmolded, so I'll show you those, and here we go. So first of all, there's the resin pieces. This is the little teddy mould, and he actually has, which is difficult to see just on the mould, is a little pair of dungarees. And as I was painting, I noticed they had a little heart pocket on the front, and he has little pockets on the back. So I thought, well, I'll make them stand out, and I did them in bright red. And that's brilliant. I love it. So I'm going to add a little bit more. It's going to need another coat. We need to get rid of this little blue patch on his foot, and we're going to put some out, give him some eyes, and then I'm going to leave him white because he's a polar bear. I've decided it's a polar bear, but I can paint them in the future, and I do have some brown moulds that I've used, but I'm not sure how the paint will look on a brown mould, but we can always play and find out. But I'm quite chuffed with him. I think he's looking quite good. I'm going to make him into a little cover minder, I think. Too big and heavy for a pendant, although some people might wear him. But no, I think I'll use him as a cover minder. Then we've also got this little girl. Again, she's going to be a cover minder or a fridge magnet. I did her all in a full white and then painted her. So we have little pink, ready pink slippers, and then we've got two tones of pink. Well, this is supposed to be red and pink, but this turned out to be more of a deep pink than a red, but it is going to get another coat. So we've got the pale pink frill, and then the main body of the dress is pink, and then it had a pale pink little heart on it, and then we painted the flower pink to contrast with her outfit and added some little green leaves to that. Then we put her eyes, blue eyes, and we used a very, very fine paintbrush. And then obviously she had brown hair. What I'm going to do with the hair, it needs another coat. So what I'm going to do is just add bits of black and a little bit of copper running through it to give it a more natural effect and natural look to it. And then she'll be finished. I'm quite pleased with that. We'll see what happens when it's finished. If you've got any comments on it, please let me know. Comments are always welcome, and remember, constructive criticism is something that I actually enjoy having, as long as it's respectful, polite and clean. Now to the polymer clay. I'm going to show you this lot first, because I'm not going to show you these individually. They're all the same mould, although they've all come out slightly different, and I've done them in each colour of the polymer clay, although I did have a lot more colours, but these are the ones that I worked with. As you can see on this one's quite burnt. It hasn't totally spoilt it, but I'm going to add some paint to it to see how it, and that one's ever so slightly burnt, but you can't really notice that so much. I think it's just darkened the colour on them. A lot of the colours in the polymer clay I've got are quite dark actually. They're dark, they're the blues, and then you'll have the odd bright colour, but not so many. And then we have these ones. Now, first of all, I'll show you my pussycats. Puddy tats. There we go. We've got the two. We've got the black cat and the rusty cat. What I'm going to do is try and do a stripe next time, so get like a ginger black cat. So that's them. And then there's the cameos. With this one, it's two separate molds. You have the centre mould and the frame. And so what I did was did them both, the blue, added the white, then the blue on the top, and then added that inside the frame, which was all done in white, and then baked it together. Now this one has burnt ever so slightly. You can see the colour, it's because it's supposed to be white and there's a discoloration in it. So what I'm going to do is just touch it up, because the girl, for some reason there's bits got onto her, and she looks a bit mucky, so I'm going to paint the whole thing white, whiten it up to give it a brighter look. And then there's this one, and I'm going to do the same with this one, but I'm also going to add a little bit of blue paint to this one, because the blue is supposed to go right into here and round here. So it's not turned out perfect, but it's fine. It's nice and it's easy fix with a bit of paint. Then I did this bouquet of flowers. Was able to add the little red bow. Although this is very, very fragile at the back, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back just to keep it together. And I might seal all these with a polymer sealant that I've got, gloss sealant, to give them a shine. Then this was something a bit special. This is supposed to be an iris. So what I did is did the yellow centre, the blue outside, and I like it, but I don't like it. It's one of those strange, I don't know, it seems to work. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. But again, that's going to just make a little fridge magnet out of that. And then this rose was a mistake. There was a little bit of white in the mould that I didn't notice, and it's come out like that. Now next time what I'll do is I'll do that, mix it with the clay so it's not fully bonded together, and add that so you can get this swirly kind of effect. I think that'll look nice. And then this was a lily, and I thought I'd make it into a stargazer lily with the pink centre. It turned out okay, but there's a bit too much pink. So what I'm going to do is just paint the tips of some of these petals and get rid of the pink that's in the bits there, and see how, and then add the orange to the stamens. There's another cameo here that I did in a cream, and again it's ever so slightly burnt, but it really stands out, the flowers in this. I thought it looked sweet. Then there's all these from one particular mould. I think I did 2 batches of the mould. So that's all of those. Come on, not too bad. You can see which ones have been a little bit burnt, although they all are, but the lighter colours are really showing the burnt. The darker colours that just made them darker. So that's all those. Then we had this flower set. So you got the sunflower and the daisies here, oops, ooh, here and here. Then you had this one which has a little green leaf on it, which I think looks really effective, looks really good. Then you've got this little one here, and that one, and then finally that one. So that's all of the polymer clay bits that I've been playing with. As I say, next time I will do some on screen. I'm going to try doing a bit of sculpting. Not that I've ever been the best at sculpting, but we'll see how it works out. I can always reuse the clay. If I don't like it, I can always scrunch it back up again and use it in something else. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with the end results. As I said, I can only practice makes perfect, as they say, and I enjoyed it, so I'll probably do a lot of it. I think I prefer resin, but with this it's a lot quicker. You can see your results a lot quicker. With the resin, you have to unmold it like later on. With this, you put it in the mold, you unmold it straight away, and then you bake it, so you can see what the finished result is before you bake. Whereas with resin, you have to wait until it sets and then you see the finished result, which is great, but it takes 24 hours. So you're wondering, I wonder whether that's all right. I wonder whether it worked, what my idea, whether it came out okay. Like for example, this. I made this and then thought, oh, I hope it's going to be okay. But this is the second batch I made, because the first one was just a total mess. So, yeah. But with this, as I say, it's a lot quicker to see the finished results than the resin. But I do like playing with the resin. I think there's just so much you can do with it. Like for example, with the clay, it's hard to make the mold, the clays go into this kind of mold. It worked well with this one, but not so much with the bigger molds. Like I've got a large elephant and things like that. And there's a new mold came yesterday, which I actually haven't shown you. I'll show you next time I do some resin, which was an elephant. And I tried to do the polymer clay and that, but it would just take so much clay, and the resin, I think, would just fit it a lot better. Anyway, I'm waffling now. So what I'm going to do is just leave it there. If you haven't subscribed, welcome to my channel. Thanks for popping by. Please think about subscribing and pressing the bell to be notified whenever I have a video. And please leave a comment, because if you subscribe and you don't leave a comment, it doesn't count. Apparently, the YouTube are now taking them off if you haven't left a comment. So please subscribe, leave a comment and hit the bell. Would love to have you as part of the Crafting Buddy team. If you've subscribed before, thank you very much for watching again. I hope you've enjoyed the content. As I say, if there's anything advice you can give me on working with polymer clay, or if there's any ideas that you can have of how I can use all of this stuff, I'd be much appreciated. But please leave, as I said, constructive criticism, and make sure it's polite, clean and respectful. And I will answer all comments that are made. Thank you for watching. I'm going to love you and leave you. Please remember to pass on a smile if you get the opportunity to, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.